Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 34 of the hunt a day, and today we are fighting Kechawacha, who I absolutely love. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but first, I woke up to some excellent news this morning, and that is that the Monster Hunter Wilds public beta is in fact going to be the same stuff from Gamescom that I have already seen, which means, per the arbitrary set of rules that I made for myself when I started this hunt a day and spoiler-free journey. Anything I have already seen and already know about is fair game, baby, which means this bard gets to actually play the goddamn beta. Hell yes. I already downloaded it onto my PlayStation and completely forgot that it didn't start until 10 o'clock p.m. my time, and so I spent a couple minutes trying to get in and being frustrated that it wouldn't let me into the game. But I am super happy that I get to actually play it. But I don't think it's going to impact my hunt a day plans too much. I may record, a video or two talking about, like the monsters from the desert map and showing off Hunting Horn and maybe Gunlance, the weapons that I played the most in World and Rise, and kind of having it go from there. I'm still going to stick with this week being my kind of generation's monsters I want to see come back showcase, which is where Kechawacha comes in. So this guy was released, he first showed up in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and again, like, a lot of these monsters that I'm picking are very early game monsters because I think they have the most character to them. They tend to be kind of the wackiest. They have the most, like, unique mechanics and things they can do. It's where Capcom really likes to experiment with new mechanics and new creature types and designs, is in that early game roster. And because of that, those monsters tend to fill out my top 10 a lot more than later game monsters, even the flagships. Even though, Lagiacrus is my all-time favorite monster, and it is a flagship. But, for the most part, I like the weirder, wackier boys. And Kechawacha definitely fills that bill of both weird and wacky. He's a big ol' proboscis monkey that spits water element mucus at you out of his nose and swings around in the trees, and just has these big ol' claws and just like these dumb doofy ears and a really fun goofy face. The amount of times I mention, like, fun, goofy faces as a reason why I love a monster should tell you everything you need to know about me as a hunter. Back to the mechanical experimentation, though. When I talk about Kechawacha, one of the things that I love, bringing up is the fact that when it was introduced in 4 Ultimate, and I guess Monster Hunter 4 in general, was the first Monster Hunter that really put an emphasis on verticality. It was the first game to introduce mounting as a mechanic, jump attacks. It introduced the Insect Glaive, which is the mother of all aerial combat in this series. And Kechawacha is the first monster you fight that really showcases that verticality on the monster side. It jumps around, it uses its, like, wing arms to glide and, fly at you and hit you. And most importantly, it swings around on these, like, vine areas, and you'll see it do it a little bit in this fight. But the big problem is that it was really hindered by what the Nintendo 3DS could handle, and so it only could do it in a couple areas. It didn't look the most natural. The areas and vines where it swings from very much look like jungle gyms or like something you would find in, like, a Chuck E. Cheese. So it kind of loses the coolness of the effect a little bit there. But when it comes to the idea, I think there is so much cool stuff they could do with that. And in something like Monster Hunter Wilds, where, the environments are going to be much more detailed, there's going to be much more room for the monsters to interact with both the hunter and the environment. That's such a huge emphasis they are putting on Wilds, it seems. I think Kechawacha should be a shoo-in. And I want to see what they can do with this monster with, a more robust, more varied environment for it to play with. I have only seen a very little bit of the Scarlet Forest, but I would love to see Kechawacha swinging about the trees, jumping down and surprising hunters as they're trying to run for a different monster. I know 100% this thing is not an ambush predator, but, like, imagine this thing dropping out of the trees onto you like an Australian koala. Oh god, it would be so cool. So I really think, like, the main reason I want to see this guy, besides enjoying his early game fight and just having very fond memories of fighting him when I was in college, is the fact that I think they could do so much cool stuff with him, with the environment and with the systems they have set up in Monster Hunter Wilds. Talking about this fight in particular, this morning I was incredibly frustrated, and I remembered that the sword and shield I'm using is not fully upgraded. It is not technically a G rank weapon yet, so I killed this Quechua, this G rank Quechua with a high rank sword and shield, because I am a fool and was tired and forgot. So the fight is a little bit longer than it probably should be, but them's the breaks. But on the plus side, because of that, I do a very good job of actually showcasing what this monster can do. I think you probably see all of its moves at least once. Oh, I didn't even talk about his ear mask. So, talking about like the environmental interaction and all that stuff, when Quechua goes enraged, his ears fold down over his face and make this kind of like imposing visage mask thing, which is intended to be like what are they called? A defensive mechanism in the wild, as like a, hey, this is a mask to ward off predators. It uses this to like make itself seem more intimidating, and I think that is dope. I think it looks so cool. You sometimes see it because it has its ears over its eyes. It has a harder time seeing the hunter, so occasionally you will see it like lift one of its ears up and just like look around for you, and I think that's adorable. It is so fun. And I would love to see that again in higher fidelity in Monster Hunter Wilds, and also seeing it interact with some predators, like seeing a smaller monster, like seeing a Quechua in the wild, having it fold its ears down, and then smaller monsters kind of being more wary of it than they would be if it didn't have the ears down. That would be a really cool interaction, and something that I could easily see them programming in if they bring him back, which I still really hope they do. That's where I'm going to end things for today, though. Thank you all so much for watching. Please stick around until the end of the hunt if you can. I know it's a bit of a longer one today, especially for a lower rank monster, but I always appreciate it when people do. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. I am always happy to talk about these monsters to know what people think. I was actually surprised at the response that Narjarala got. I thought it was a lot more like universally loved, but I've gotten a lot of people saying they don't really like it. Same with Malfestio, which means that I've got the hot Monster Hunter takes that people crave apparently. But yeah, let me know what you think of Quechua if you want it to return. I would love to talk to you guys about that. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.